Hello, my name is Jamie Covey, and I am curious. By looking at me, can you tell what I do for a living? I hope not. Well, I'm proud to report I teach high school. I'm a teacher. At my high school, I teach American Sign Language, just like Spanish class, but American Sign Language instead. I can also tell you it is not a boring job. Interestingly enough, I have another job. I have the amazing honor of serving this country in the United States Navy Reserve. I'm a chief there. Not boring. These jobs together have become this amazing definition of who I am as an adult. They're very different. For the last 13 years, I have concurrently done these jobs at the same time. What crazy person goes to boot camp the summer between their first and second year teaching high school? Crazy different jobs. As an educator, I work with a predominantly female environment. The political leanings are a little bit more liberal, and I get to work with some of the most challenging, unique, interesting humans on earth, the teenagers. In the Navy, I work in an environment that is dominated by men. The political leanings are more conservative, and I get to work with intelligent, accomplished, educated adults. But it's here, in between these vastly different experiences, that I've grown. It's the story I want to tell you today. The idea of diverse experiences creating character and skills, and I want you to know that these bizarre different things are transferable. The skills are transferable. These opportunities, I've learned a number of important things. The things I think of the most: communication, necessary for both jobs, very different environment of communication, leadership, and love. It's on my list. In my life, the diversity, the weirdness of my life can be reflected in kind of the titles that people call me. At school, they call me Miss Covey, or if they're signing, Miss Covey. My name sign, it clearly represents the amount of time I talk. My nieces call me Bob, don't ask. My closest friends these days are calling me James. There seems to be a trend. My father calls me number 2. Whatever you're thinking are wrong, it's my birth order. In the Navy, they call me Chief Covey. And recently, a couple of students at school have decided that they'll develop a wrestling alter ego for me, and its name is El Covey. Maybe that'll come in handy. Trial and error. These jobs, I've been about trial and error. Growth, success is about trial and error. Probably more error. That's right. In my early days of teaching, I learned phone calls home to parents. Some things work, some things do not work. I learned from my high school kids daily that feeling accepted while being simultaneously respected for being an individual on a team is invaluable. Those kids make me a better chief every day. 140 degrees heat in a combat zone, wearing full combat gear, don't judge me. Men's boxer briefs are just more comfortable. My time in the Navy has also taught me that one decision, when put in a leadership position, it ripples. And that's powerful. Here, in between. Why is it important? Well, I will have to tell you, though, I didn't want to be a teacher. You should know that now. I did not grow up being one of those studious kids that played teacher at home. It's Tonka trucks, man. When I graduated college, I had a degree that I didn't really know what I was going to do with, and an opportunity presented itself. I took it. And man, am I glad. That opportunity changed my life. Growing up, though, I think I probably did have this romanticized idea of growing up and putting on a uniform and being part of a team. After high school, it wasn't the right time. After college, I had an opportunity that was amazing. It wasn't the right time. But I can tell you this, after 9/11, there was a conviction that I could no longer ignore. So I joined. Opportunity, conviction, and probably dumb boldness has put me here. How does my story translate? How does this make a difference? In my life, I get the amazing opportunity to spend a ton of time with millennials. They get a bad rap. I teach millennials at the high school, and my young petty officers coming into my unit in the Navy they're millennials. The future workforce of America and the global world isn't going to be like my parents' generation or my grandparents' generation, where you get hired on with a company, you work for them for 30 years, they give you a gold watch, and you retire. I don't think it's going to work that way. My diverse experiences have sharpened my skills in both jobs, and I think millennials have got to think this way. We got to be open to new experiences. We got to be bold. You guys have got to seek opportunity. Move based on your convictions. And be uncomfortably bold about where you want to go. I don't know who told you, as a young girl that wanted to be a fireman, you want to be a fireman, but it ends with the word man, so maybe that's not for you. I'm here to tell you, my combat boots fit just fine, and so do my high heels. I don't know if you were a little boy and somebody heard you say, I want to be a nurse. Well, that's a girl's job. I don't know who told you it was about color, it was about gender, it was about height, and it was about, I'm a small town Texas girl. Opportunity, conviction, and dumb boldness. The last piece of advice for my millennials that I want to share today is what I think is probably the most important. It's about family. I grew up in a big, supportive family. Sorry. But what I've learned in these adventures is most people didn't. And everywhere I go, I have made family. My colleagues at work, teaching the high school, going to war, two different kinds of war people. My colleagues at work, we've been through this stuff together. These people are my family. 4 years ago, one of my young students at school was diagnosed with cancer. 4 years later, he has fought and beat multiple cancers. And what started off as teaching him lessons at home, because what homebound teacher knows American Sign Language, right? I started teaching him at home, and those home lessons turned into family dinner, and family dinner turned into these people are my family. In the Navy, something beautiful happens. They put you in crazy places in the world, trainings. You're in the mud, some guy next to you. He's my brother now. But it's by choice. It's family. Acceptance, love, and support. It is part of success. So millennials, I encourage you, I dare you, seek opportunity. Move based on your conviction. And be bold. Because you'll make family, and you might end up with weird jobs that really make you happy. Thank you.